Yo, what is up, ladies and gentlemen? It's your boy MumboElite. Welcome back to another video. And this video is going to be how to grind the menus in EAFC 25, also for FC 26 or other games that come out. We're going to walk you through kind of how you can use Paletools to help speed up your pack openings, make SBCs. So if you do enjoy, smack the like button, subscribe if you're new. We're going to show you some filters and stuff we use for different SBCs as well. So first and foremost, how do you get the Paletools? I am on the EA Sports web app. If you go to Paletools on Google, it'll be the first thing that pops up with the little P there. If you click on this, it's going to show you a few different versions. You have the Android version, and you have Paletools for PC. So you click this. It's going to give you the most recent download, and as you see here, you just drag that link into the bookmarks bar. As you see here, I have version 25, 1.23. I'm not going to upload to this version yet, but I'm just going to drag it here to show you guys how that works. You put it there, and then once you're in the web app, you just click on that version, and then it should load up the new version of Paletools on top of your existing one. So for the sake of this video, I'm going to use version 25.1.23. Anything sooner than that might have different sort of features on it. So if you guys are constantly using older versions, there might be new features that come out that you don't have access to. So this one and further should have what I'm going to show you, which is how to set up an SBC. So first things first, we're going to go to Paletools right here. As you see, you got the home, you got the Paletools icon. This is going to give you a bunch of different options of stuff you can do. Avoid anything with sniping players. Any of that stuff can get you banned. We're going to stick strictly just to pack openings and SBC creation. First thing we want to do is we want to disable the pack opening animation. We want to put that to enabled. That's going to speed everything up a crap ton. Next thing we're going to want to do is we're going to want to go all the way down here. We're going to go to where we can see different button layouts. So if we come here, we go past the sniping stuff. We want to go to, where's the SBCs? Here we go. These are what I have set. Unassigned items, if we want to store those in club, I have that set to S. If we want to send something to the transfer list, we use D. Unassigned quick sell all, I use A. Unassigned quick sell non-duplicates, we do F. Unassigned quick sell duplicates, G. SBC storage, if we want to send things to storage, I use Z. Organize, you can do space, but also very important, if we want to repeat the last SBC, we have that set to R. So that might not mean much to you right now, but we're going to show you why that's so important. If you were just to make a pack and open it, for example, this 85 plus times 10, you would notice that if we open this, pack animation goes away, and people would usually just click on these three dots right here, store that in club, and then any of the other dupes right here. If you had SBC storage, you could quickly just store that in SBC storage here. Or if you're like me right now, and I should probably have an empty transfer list, so I'm going to quick sell these for the sake of the video, but usually I would not quick sell anything. Usually I'd make an SBC with that. You see that takes quite a bit of time to do. We now have these buttons that we can do that stuff instead. So I'm going to give another example again. I usually don't quick sell stuff, but if I wanted to open this pack, something's new, we have S to store to club, so that will send the gold there. And then if we had space in our SBC storage, I could press Z, but if that's full, you're going to see nothing gets sent there. And then A for my quick sell, it just brings up the prompt that asks, do we want to quick sell all? We hit OK. So doing that in bulk is going to speed things up a ton. Now, kind of how can you set up SBCs to help you? If you go to the SBC sections, there's two ways to do this. You'll see an SBC template thing right here. This is a newer feature from the 25.1.23 version and onward. What this does is it allows you to make any sort of SBC template name. For example, if we want to look at my 8510, we can go in and edit. We have something very similar to how it was set up on our video the other day with the console menu grind. We have most recent, gold, rare, 83 to 88. You can put that down to 87 if you want, if you don't want to use any 88s for the 88 exchange. Player counts, we have that set to 10. For a team of the week or team of the season requirement, the way I have this set is high to low, untradables only. I start with my team of the weeks. Usually when I run out of those, it'll then go to my team of the seasons right here. But if you toggle on this SBC storage tab, what this does is it pulls from your SBC storage first. It doesn't mean it's not going to pull from your club. It just means it's going to pull from the SBC storage first. Keep that in mind, because when people make SBCs, they'll sometimes submit stuff, especially if you're catalog collecting, thinking they have that set, it's only going to pull from your storage. That is incorrect. It will pull from the dupes first, and then after that, it will pull from your club. Same thing applies to this one. We have it set where it's going to start with the dupe storage, and then after that, it'll pull from the club, lower to higher, so it saves our high-end team of the seasons in our club. And then I have just 7 special cards I have set from 88 to 99 rated. Reason I did this one is you're going to have a bunch of dupe special cards on your duplicate storage. What I like doing is if I don't have, let's say, the 85 or I think it's 86 rating needed for the 8510, being able to have some special cards on the bench, maybe a 90 plus rated, if we can chuck it into that SBC to help us get that rating, just makes it a ton easier. So making that in an SBC template means you can put it in different ones as well. So if I wanted to go into the 85 plus times 10, I can go to the edit SBC template here, and I can just pull this one, put it in, and hit use. What some people have done in the past, and what you got to be careful to not do, is set edit SBC template. And if you don't have one in here, it will have you just make one yourself. If you make one yourself and you don't have a template for it, anytime this resets, so this one's going to be out for the next 30 days, but hypothetically, let's say this was one of the weekly ones that after the week, even if it comes back, it resets to a new thing, you would have to put this same stuff in every single time. So instead of having to do it by hand each time, again, the easier way of doing it is just making an SBC template, and then whatever you name it, making sure you put that in for that SBC, and you should be good to go. So I'm going to give you an example of what this looks like for me. That one we already showed you. Another one we have is the 88 overall exchange. If we go into the edit SBC template here, as you see, I don't have a select global set for this. I could put it in. I actually don't even know what I have for this one. This one I have just all 88s to 97s. Player count of 4, starting with the SBC storage using low to high. So it's going to pull everything from my dupe storage first. And then after that, it's going to start pulling from my club. Now, the way you can tell the difference between what's your club and what's your storage is if I go ahead and use T, as you see here, that's my preset for building using the template, it's going to put these cards in. Now, I don't know what color this is because I'm colorblind. I'm going to say red maybe. If you see this red little card looking thing in the bottom right corner, that means it's from dupe storage. So if you're trying to use your dupe storage and you're wanting to know what's in your club versus what's in there, that means it's dupe storage. If you don't see that, it means it's in your club. So what I do is I then hit S to exchange the players. R is our command we had to go back into the same SBC as we had before. I can go back in with T, go back in with S, and we can just do this very quickly by pressing those buttons over and over again. And as you can see, this is a very easy way to clear these cards in a very quick way. However, we want to be careful. I accidentally submitted a team of the season. It's not the end of the world. We have like 200 team of the seasons right now. I have over 1,000 team of the week packs. But if that's something we want to use for the 85 times 10, we got to be careful with how that looks. So let's go into the 85 plus times 10. We're going to use that template we had set before. As you see here, we have a bunch of lower end gold rares popping in. Lots of 83s, lots of 84s with that 93 rated. A few things we could do with this one. If I wanted to do another SBC to get rid of like the 84s and the 83s, that way I'm left with 85s, 86, and 87s. It's going to be a lot easier to get that 86 rating. This one only took us to 85. This is where having those special cards on the bench, like I talked about before, are going to come in clutch. Is this considered a waste? Potentially. But if you have the problem I have where the packs keep going up and the fodder keeps filling up in your dupe storage, and you don't want to either do player SBCs or you've done all the player SBCs, this is a very easy way for you to just chuck another card in there along with your team this season and very quickly get it done. So here's an example again of what this looks like. We have another team this season there. We have a lot of our dupe storage golds. If we have any other special cards on here, we have a 96 Figo. We can chuck him in there and boom. Just like that, we are now clearing a lot of dupe storage space. We're now down to 50. So now let's show you real quick what it looks like maybe spamming some sort of pack. So if we want to spam these 85 times 10s, S for storage, Z for putting in the dupe area, do it again. And you just kind of do this over and over. What I like doing is I like making a bunch of these packs and then opening up until we're full and then dealing with it all at the same time. If you're doing the 88 exchange, which I recommend over the 89 exchange, we talked about in the previous video, but I'll kind of give you a quick tutorial on that. 89 plus exchange is 50 cards. You're going to have 10 there to guaranteed 84 plus, with one of them being an 85 plus. The rest are going to be a mix of gold commons and gold rares, which in the past was great for making a bunch of player picks and stuff like that. But for the sake of time, for the sake of efficiency, for the sake of the best quantity of players and the best quality of players, I find that putting any 89 plus into the 88 exchange, including 88s as well, is a much better way to do it. Another bonus with that is instead of getting just 10 cards guaranteed to be 84 or above, which a lot of those ratings are going to be good for the 85-10 and other exchanges, I've noticed that having the bare minimum being an 83 and getting double the amount of players, getting 20 instead of 10 guaranteeds, makes it a whole bunch easier to make the Team of the Week upgrade, makes it a whole bunch easier to make the Team of the Season player pick, makes it a whole bunch easier to essentially do anything fodder related. So here's an example of me opening this up. Got a bunch of the golds in our club, so this is going to fill up quickly again. If you want to get rid of golds very fast, I'll show you kind of two of the ways I do that as well. Here's a perfect example. We got a bunch of gold rare dupes right there. I have two things I do. I have one, my Team of the Season player pick, which I'll share you my preset I have for this one. If we go into that, we have it set to 83s to 88s, using 10 of those. I have it set to most recent, so it's a mix of high to low. I don't like doing low all the way to high. I like it being a good mix of them together. Always have the SBC storage click, so it uses those first. Same with the special cards, have that set that way. This one we have high to low, and then we put 4 players there. That way we can just have some players on the bench that are higher rated to help get that rating for the Team of the Season. So if you have a bunch of lower end golds, and then you have a high end card here, that gets us the 85 rating. That makes us a Team of the Season. So if we were short on Team of the Seasons, and you want to keep grinding the 85-10s, this would be a really nice way to do it. Usually what I do here then is if I have a Team of the Season already, I try to find the ones that I don't have, even if it's a good card. That way I have as many in my club stored as possible. That way when I run out with the ones in my dupe storage, I can always pull from what's in my club. So we're going to check this back in the club. We have one more dupe there. I'm going to show you the Team of the Week upgrade one here. This one is just 83s to 84s. Player count I have set to 20. That's not super important. You need at least 11. I just like putting 20 so I have a good mix on the bench. Untradables only, SBC storage as well. Low to high for this one. And what this one's nice for is even though I prefer the Team of the Season player pick over it, not only because you could potentially get something like a Team of the Season Mbappe that could be good, or a Messi, something that could be useful for your team, this is just an easy way to clear a bunch of the golds in your club very quickly where you can kind of turn your brain off. We know any gold we put in here is already going to be something that is able to be submitted because we know everything is an 83 or an 84. We only need an 83 rating. So as you see here, I just kind of turn my brain off very quickly, get rid of all my gold rares. And remember, we're hitting 3 buttons. This isn't just auto doing it. We're hitting R to go back on the SBC. We're hitting T to put it in. We're hitting S to submit. As you notice, we're no longer in the dupes for a lot of these cards. Some of these are still our dupe storage, but the rest is in our club. So what that's going to do, it's going to make it very likely now that, yep, we are now out of gold rares 84 and below. So if I open another 8320, you're going to notice we have a lot more things that we didn't have before. We're also packing Team of the Seasons that we can put back in. And now let's kind of show you what that looks like. Hold on, I got a text. A few more minutes. So let's put this together. What does this look like in terms of a menu grind kind of sped up? What does this look like in terms of kind of if we really wanted to sit here and spam 85 times 10s? We're going to mix these 3 things together. So I'm going to spam some more 8320s. I'm going to kind of talk through my thought process as we go. A lot of high-rated cards here, things that we can put back into the 88, plus exchange these 2 cards. Gold rares can go into the Team of the Season. That's a 98. That's going to be really useful. If we want to open some 85-10s, we can do this too. If I ever run out of Team of the Seasons and Team of the Weeks, I have a stockpile of over 1,200 Team of the Week packs built up. If you don't get the 85 rated needed for the... Here, let me show you real quick, actually. So if I go to this Team of the Week, say I put in my club, and then I go to the 85 times 10, and since I have it set to use Team of the Weeks beforehand, let's say hypothetically this didn't get me to the 86 rating. Let's say it only got me to an 85. I would then use a Team of the Season in replace of it. That way we can get the Team of the Season or Team of the Week requirement, and then we can save that for when we actually have the golds, like we do here, to hit that rating. Another way you can do it is if you have a bunch of like 84 and 85 rated Team of the Weeks, and the golds are low end too, just like we showed you before with the Team of the Season, you can chuck in another special card on your bench that's a little higher end than that to get you the rating along with the Team of the Week. That becomes clutch as well. But as I said before, if we have the Team of Seasons, we'll use those. As you see here, I have a stockpile of dupes that we can start pulling from. But as you see, 85 rated. We're too low here. I'm going to pull from some of the specials that I have preset to be on my bench. And even if it's overkill, if it gets us to an 87 rated, I really don't care too much. The whole goal with our dupe storage is get rid of as many things as possible. You might want to keep certain ratings, like if you want to keep 97 pluses, things like that. You can do it kind of however you want. But for me, the thing that slows me down the most is the dupe storage. I want this as empty as possible. And as you see, it's a mixture of higher rated 90s, then a lot of lower end stuff. So at the same time that I'm getting rid of the higher end stuff, I'm going back into this 88 overall exchange, and I'm making things again with the lower rateds. And usually with this, I go until I run into Team of Seasons. So I shouldn't have any Team of Seasons until, I think, 93 rated right now. So I'll just go in, clear these some more, clear these some more, clear these some more. And if you accidentally put a Team of Season in here when you're doing this grind, it's not the end of the world, especially if you have a crap ton. As you see, I'm to 96s. That's a Team of the Year. But I'm not seeing any more Team of Season, so I might actually be in the clear. I might be out of all my cards there. And then you'll know kind of when you're at the end of your dupe storage again with the little indicator in the bottom. So here is a gold rare 88. For me, I usually stop there. You could, in theory, keep putting in these gold rares and keep going. But I normally stop myself there because, like, as you see here, this 89 is something that's in my club. I don't know how you guys are running your club, but I'm trying to collect one of every special card. So I do not want to use those in the SBC myself. And that's kind of why we have things set the way we do as well, to help us prevent us from putting those things in. And as you saw there, one dupe storage. We had only that dupe 99 Mbappe left. Everything else is new. There's another Team of the Season. Boom, boom, boom. Now let's take a look. We're at 280 right there. Another Team of the Season. So we were at 280 85 10s, and we're at 805 of the 83 20s. Keep that in mind, because as we're doing this grind, you're going to notice, for example, if I open an 8320 where we had to put in 4 cards that were 88 rated or higher, here's an example: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cards that are 88 rated or higher. So I can do a whole nother 8320, plus all these additional golds are just things that I can make another SBC, make an 8510, make a Team of the Week upgrade, make a Team of Season player pick. That in bulk is going to continue to send my packs in a positive direction, whether that be for the 8510s, whether that be for the 88 exchange. And it's going to take even more packs for us to open to potentially run out. But as you notice, it's almost extremely difficult, if not impossible, for me to run out. Because as I do, if I get too many gold rares here from the 8320, I can make the Team of the Week player packs with the 83s and 84s. I can make more 8510s with all the other ones as well. It's going to be extremely difficult with all the things in pack to ever hit 0. If you have 0 packs saved, or you're struggling to even make a few, maybe start doing the daily stuff, even if it's cringe to do a daily bronze, daily silver, daily gold, those sort of things. Do that. Do some player picks. Do whatever you got to do to build up a few packs. But I'm telling you, once you've built up a few packs and you start opening these, you can do daily gameplay challenges too. There's some decent rewards there. There's some decent objectives. Literally anything in this game is giving you free packs. It becomes a very easy grind. Now, where do I kind of differentiate between what I do on Paletools versus potentially what I do on console, and how is this going to affect kind of the start of the game? I kind of had 2 philosophies. So I've noticed that when I'm on stream, even though people want to learn how to do this sort of grind on Paletools, it's not as sexy as it is to just use the menus when you're on console. So what I find is I do a lot of this grinding off stream. I kind of prepare this content for either videos or live streams. So for example, yesterday when I made my menus video, a lot of those save packs that you see here are actually things that were built up on Paletools. And then you just get to see me open them when we're on console. It's going to be much faster to open things on Paletools, make things on Paletools. But I miss the pack animations of seeing things open, seeing if you got a footies card, scrolling through the cards, opening promo packs on console. Doing this on stream when we're grinding like crazy isn't as appealing. To some people it might be. To me, not as much. But also too, as we start FC 26, there's not going to be as many things that are as useful anymore. There might be things like opening a bronze pack where you can skip the animation and stuff like that that are going to be useful. But when it comes to sniping and stuff, I don't want to get banned by using the sniping bots and stuff on here and other sites. I want to go back to console and snipe the way I normally do through my squad or go to the market there. If I'm going to bid or do stuff like that, I want to go back to there. So I find it's nice to balance the two, especially now at the point of the game where we're at. You can essentially pack anything in the game. We just got, 3 Team of the Seasons? Jeez. These are overpowered, man. You can basically pack anything in the game. So most people at some point are going to either give up out of boredom or give up once they've packed a majority of the stuff in the game and done a majority of the SBCs. So for me, I kind of stopped using Paletools as much. It's still here as a tool to kind of build up and help you with kind of some of the crappy things. But kind of find a happy medium. If you want to, even on Paletools or on console, whatever way you want to do it, I even find myself quick selling stuff now. Let's say I'm trying to shoot for just 99 rateds, and that's the only thing I care for anymore. I don't care for making even more unlimited packs. I don't care if this goes to 1,000 plus, which, by the way, we're at 805, 8320s. What did I say? I started at 280, and now we're at 285, so that number keeps building up higher as well. Super awesome. Sorry, I'm losing my train of thought. If we go back to this, and we're thinking in terms of like what my goal is, if my goal now for the rest of the game is just simply packing 89s, I could be extremely wasteful if I wanted to. If I wanted to start to get to the point where I spam 8320s, anything that I don't have already, I started my club. Anything I do have, I start quick selling down to a certain amount of packs. That'll allow us to open packs a lot quicker without having to recycle. Same thing with the 8510s. We can spam maybe 50 of those, and then after that, we rebuild a little bit. You can kind of do it whatever way you want. I just find a mix of making packs versus opening them works the best for me. I don't want to sit there emptying my club completely and emptying my SBC storage after every pack, but I don't want to open packs when it's full too, because I feel like that's a waste. So finding a happy medium is normally good. That's the last thing I can really think about. I don't know what else I can say. If you have any specific questions with Paletools and stuff like that, let me know. I showed you kind of how to make the templates. Oh, also too, nice thing with this template is anytime a new version comes out, so this one as well, if I click into this version, all these templates will be saved. In the past, whenever you do an SBC, like if I'm doing an upgrade, if I'm doing the 89 overall exchange and I do it through the edit SBC template, I just made it here instead of using a global template, every time that would reset, it would also make me do it again. But now that we have the templates forever there, if I go into the new version of Paletools, it'll save those SBC templates, so make sure you're doing all these. Another nice thing too, and last thing I'll say with the templates, is you can reuse the same one for each one. So if you want to do the 8510, where you're mainly using gold rares, and then you're using one team of the season, or special cards on the bench, I'll sometimes use that same one for if I'm doing a team of the season player pick, because I'm putting the same kind of golds in there, and instead of just having the team of the season that's in there, I will then switch it to just using one of the special cards on the bench. That way I'm able to make a team of the season, I'm able to get rid of golds, and I'm not wasting anything in the process. So if you did enjoy, smack the like button, subscribe if you're new. We'll have more videos coming soon, which is kind of mini grinds for the rest of FC 25. And then once we get closer to FC 26, we're going to make some videos talking about our plans for the game, how we're going to mix gameplay, trading, investing, menu grinding, how it's all going to come together, and hopefully how we're going to enjoy FC 26. So I'll see you guys next time. It's been your boy MumboElite. I'm out. God bless.